Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Thanks, It's Vintage by VDV Select here at Vino Divino. We are back, your co-hosts, Andrew
and Lydia.
And we are here at the Vino Divino Kenmore Square location.
We are.
Once again. Well, I think we've talked about that. We might travel around. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We have some lovely work going on next door, so you may hear a little bit of drilling, but
There could be. I'm gonna minimize that as best I can in editing.
always lively around this neighborhood.
But we're going to get into it today. Today's
We
episode is about our wine club. It is April 2026. This is the April Wine Club, which is launched today. We are filming on April 1st. I know that this is going to get launched, the video and the podcast, tomorrow on April 2nd, which may be current for all of you. Maybe. It will be current for everyone else.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Depends when they listen.
But what we're going to do is we're going to taste through these wines. We're going to talk about what they are, the producers, and everything to do with these wines. So our wine club, for everyone who is listening or watching, is 4 bottles a month, $99, and it is meant to be an exploratory wine club. So off the beaten path varietals, styles, regions, all small family producers. So nothing that is going to be in the corporate setting. I think the closest we get to that is, and one of them is a cooperative. But then again, these cooperatives in Europe, and we'll get more in depth about them, they are a bunch of families all together, banding together so that they have a bit more marketing power and they're not as
And
tiny
a bit more
and small.
flexibility in
More
the-
flexibility.
in the winemaking. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be great. And I guess we can just get started.
I am so excited about this first one.
So let's start first with what you get in the wine club. So like I said, wine club, it's 4 bottles, it's $99 a month. However, you also get this lovely sheet that I'm showing you right now. If you are watching, if you're listening, you can't see the sheet. Don't worry, you'll see it when you sign up. So it is a 2-sided sheet, gives you each of the wines, the varietal, or varietals that are in the wine. It gives you the producer, it gives you the region, the country, gives you the winemaker, also a little bit about the wine as well, which is obviously very important. We're going to be talking a lot about that today. And just for funsies, we have who would like this. So, for example, are you a Chardonnay drinker? Are you a Cabernet Sauvignon drinker? You know, who would be the primary target for this? You know, and it gives you a better sense, of course, just like looking at that alone on here, gives you a better sense of what direction is this wine going in, you know. Food pairings, always very important. And, of course, mood pairings. Now, that's just a fun one for us. You know, that could be...
We had fun.
You know, could be a afternoon stroll in the park. It could be, you know, a horror film. It could be... Piece of music.
Could be anything we feel like.
Exactly. Just something that feels like the vibe is right with this particular wine.
Yes.
So that is what this is, and that's what you get every time. And it has a picture of the winemaker or winemakers, which is also cool. We love to see who the person is or people are that are behind the bottles. These are incredible stories. And unfortunately, I can only fit so much information on this.
I mean, I'm sure you could go for days writing about these wineries, but...
You can, but it's somewhere to
I don't
start.
think people need that.
Yeah, exactly. Gives you a starting place, which is the most important thing here. So
Excellent.
I'm going to hand that to you because I've got it right here on my Mac. And we're going to just dive right in. So our first wine is Domaine Lelièvre from Côtes de Toul in France. This is really fun. I know we've carried the sparkling.
We have carried their sparkling Gamay, which is so elegant and so fun and quite unique as well. It's very mineral driven, very, very light skin contact Gamay, which is just so stunning. So I'm very excited to try their Auxerrois.
Yeah, so this, what's if you want to say that again for everyone, the grape varietal here.
I mean, I don't even know if I'm 100% on the pronunciation, but
That's okay.
Auxerrois is the grape.
Yes. So let's talk about, you know, grapes and varietals and styles that most people don't really hear about. This is one of those. It is a varietal that is native to France, but it is lesser known amongst wine drinkers.
And definitely seems to be grouped in the Northeast.
It is. It's grouped in the Northeast. You're going to find it a lot in the like Chablis, Champagne, Alsace area, which is again the entire Northeast there. But we are in a region called Côtes de Toul, and that is smack dab right between Champagne and Alsace.
And in the foothills of the mountain range that Alsace is
Yes.
on.
Really,
in
really
between, I should say.
really tiny region. So definitely we're talking, this is going to be new for a lot of people who may have known just enough about French wine regions to know, the big guys, Champagne, Burgundy, Bordeaux, the Loire Valley, another big juggernaut, even though it tends to get left out. I don't know why. It shouldn't be in conversations, but
Yeah.
this is very tiny compared to all of those.
It is minuscule compared to Loire, definitely. I think Loire gets left out mainly because it's not really a region. It's
a collection
of regions, and that is very different to how everything else operates.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also very long. It's actually broken up into, the middle
800
Loire, the
kilometers or
yeah,
something?
it's
It's
all these different
all
sections
along the Loire.
and then the regions
Yeah.
and the sections. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Huge area. But what we are going to be talking about right now, like I said, is Domaine Lelièvre. So this is Vincent and David, are two brothers, the Lelièvre brothers. They are the ones who are cultivating the vineyards and making the wines. They make a number of different styles of wines. Absolutely incredible. Everything I've had from them has been so delicious. I've had a rosé from them that I haven't seen in a long while, actually.
Oh, that's interesting.
Need to go
I haven't-
find that again.
Yeah, I hope that's on the market at the moment.
And then, of course, the sparkling Gamay that you mentioned that we carry, which is just
Stunning.
beautiful.
Was a huge, it was, everyone couldn't get enough of it at the Brookline location.
And now we have this one. So this, Auxerrois is a really unique grape, but it drinks in the style of like a crisp Chablis. And that is exactly what we put on the wine club sheet for this one, is that it does drink like a crisp Chablis. So if you are a Chablis drinker, this is a wine that you would probably really like.
And honestly, it smells like a Chablis.
Yeah.
There are different notes slightly, but
It has a bit of that minerality too.
it definitely smells mineral driven, yeah. Which
And-
is something that the sparkling Gamay is driven by.
Exactly.
So I would actually expect these guys to be making a mineral driven white.
Right.
Yeah.
I will also say, and this is really, really cool too, is, we've all experienced this, right? It's one of those wines where you can just smell. You can smell this is going to be zippy on the palate.
Yeah.
Like fresh, crisp, zippy, which is
It
really,
does smell
really
so
fun.
crisp. But I think well, I don't know about Maine, but one of the big differences is the type of fruit. So if it were a Chablis, I would expect a little more linear, a little more orchard.
Yes.
And I'm immediately getting stone fruit on this.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely a very stone fruit driven.
Yeah.
Also a little bit of like floral tones in here,
Yeah.
which is really fun as well. Like white flowers.
It's so pretty. And a bit of like undertone of spice as well.
Yeah, just a touch.
Yeah.
I think that is probably what's going to make this great with the food pairing that we gave. Again, I will also
Yes.
make sure everyone knows that when we suggest a food pairing, that doesn't mean that it's the only thing that this is
no.
going to work with. But it's one of the things that we think would work best with it.
Yeah.
Is quiche Lorraine.
It would be so fun with this.
Yeah. Now,
Wow.
right.
Wow.
I tasted this
Ooh.
earlier in March and was like, this is absolutely the wine
So zippy.
to start everything off with.
So fresh.
Also, we are tasting these in order, and they are actually in order on the sheets for every wine club as well. So you'll see it says wine number 1, wine number 2. If you want to taste progressively, I just used a term I haven't thought about since a previous employer, actually, which is funny.
Yeah.
It's not wrong. It's just, it's yeah. I'm just didn't expect myself to do that. It's if you want to drink in order. If you want to drink, from like light body to medium body to full body. This is the order that we are going to be tasting them today, and of course, it's how it is on the sheet as well.
And I should say on the palate, it actually doesn't have much stone fruit. It is pretty like green apple, a little bit of pear. It's actually tastes much more akin to a Chablis than it smells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really delicious.
It's so linear and so
and it's also great.
mineral driven. Yeah.
This is a wine that's not trying to pretend to be something else. It's just it's
Yeah.
what it is. It's what it is. Because
and this is a grape that is found pretty commonly in like Alsace and places like that. So
Yes.
they're growing a similar collection of grapes, just not the main noble grapes like Riesling. And I don't know, do they do a muscat?
I cannot remember, honestly.
I would be interested.
I cannot remember for the life of me.
Oh, it's delicious.
It is really yummy.
I mean, this would easily go with seafood,
Absolutely.
but I think just generally having that extra bit of richness from cheese and pancetta or bacon or whatever
Right.
would be very fun.
Yeah. So another thing to know, of course, is that even though this is a tiny little appellation, the Lelièvre brothers have really been a driving force in this area. So they have really helped bring Côtes de Toul out to the international community, and give it some actual, recognition here as a wine region. I want to say it was their father who actually started this whole process.
Okay.
In terms of the family has been there and cultivating grapes for a long time, but their father was the one who I think started to finally kickstart actually making wine with their grapes, and that's how this whole process started for them. They just are the ones who took up the mantle and really brought it to life, brought it to that next level. And started to really see what styles and what varietals they could work with within their given space, which is really fun.
This is one of those situations where I've now had 2 types of wine that these people make, and now I'm just desperate to try everything they make. Like, do they have a red? Do they?
They do
have a premium selection that sits above this.
That's the interesting about this region, and it should say interesting thing about this region is that they do not have premium selections.
Yeah. Okay.
This is one of those regions where it's like their version of premium is probably our version of like a $30 bottle, right?
Right. So just that they have their selection.
It's what it is. It's like this
levels
is
necessarily.
Exactly. But absolutely beautiful wine. Love this. Cannot wait to have more of this.
Now I'm just thinking about oysters.
Yeah, it would do well with that too,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
It's one of those wines you could add to the oyster before
Right.
tipping down your mouth.
That's always a fun one. I do love when you can do that with wines, honestly.
Yeah.
Even though I will say myself, I'm not a big oyster person.
I mean, fair
I'll
enough.
have one. I will.
I just adore them.
I will. My husband's a huge oyster person.
Yeah, it's
He
just
loves them.
the best.
Yeah.
I mean, seafood in general for me. Doesn't
know
matter
what?
if it's raw or cooked or whatever.
Here's the thing for me.
love it.
If there is champagne involved, I will absolutely do the
yeah.
oyster.
Mhm.
Absolutely every single time.
Yeah.
But if there's no champagne involved, it's a little harder for me. Actually, that's not true. There is one other wine I would do with oysters as we get off track here a little, but it's okay. I think this is fine. This is still technically on topic. We're talking
podcast.
about what works with this, right? I would also do muscadet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anytime.
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 I adore muscadet.
Always,
Oof.
always, always.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's honestly one of my preferred picks. If there's a
muscadet?
wine by the glass that is muscadet,
I do
will
love
do
it.
that
Yeah.
if I have oysters. The Hourly. Do you know that place in Cambridge? They had a really nice. It's technically an oyster bar or a seafood bar, but they have a very beautiful menu and they have a great som that chooses awesome wines. And the Muscadet was a particular highlight last time I was there, which was a while ago now. Maybe I should revisit that place.
I have some of those places on my list too that need to be revisited for sure. Great. All right. So let's move on to wine number 2. So now we have, this is our cooperative here. This guy right here from Friuli, Italy. It is Traminer is the grape, and this comes from the cooperative of Cantina Produttori Cormòns. Cormòns Traminer is the wine. Now, anybody who's listening, if you have ever heard of the grape Gewürztraminer, then you might be like, oh, that's why Traminer sounds somewhat familiar. It is... There's some debate as to what this is, honestly.
DNA testing is ongoing in the wine world in terms of wine variety relationships, but I think it's fairly understood that this is the parent grape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And actually, this grape varietal, Traminer, the whole Traminer family, and Gewürztraminer is absolutely one of these, right? Is very susceptible to basically
All
mutating.
types of... Okay, right.
Yeah, very susceptible to mutating. So it is something that has made this whole family of grapes very difficult.
The Pinot family.
Yeah. It's very difficult for them to kind of track a lot of this stuff. At least in this family, for sure. Not every family of grapes, but definitely this one. They have some trouble. Figuring out the lineage.
Couldn't even begin to figure it out myself, but there we go.
So this is a cooperative of growers that was started in the late 1960s. Really incredible winemaking heritage here. They have always been working with varietals that are native to Friuli in northern Italy, right on the border with Austria. And what they produce is always stellar. This is one of those examples, like I said, cooperative. So for anyone watching and listening who may not fully understand what the deal is with cooperatives, if you find out that a wine is made by a cooperative, treat it like it is a family-made wine. Because in Europe, those cooperatives have become a lifeline for many of these small producers in a lot of these regions where historically they didn't have an issue. But today, because of how the market works, because of how expensive things have gotten, just the cost of doing business, both at home for them and internationally especially, becoming part of a cooperative has basically allowed for the families to keep being small family producers. And that's what we have here. So you are still supporting small families when you support these cooperatives.
Yeah.
And some of these have been long-standing, like this one, but just know that everyone should just know at home that there are producers who are now banding together to build new cooperatives because of the landscape of wine in Europe at the moment. So
yeah, very much so. It is at this point vital to band together
exactly
to save the little operations.
And in some cases, you're not just saving little, you're saving native grape varietals.
Yeah.
That are not worked with in the way that others are. So here's a great example. This one right here. This is Traminer, and again, parent grape to Gewürztraminer. And it's
this
just...
is why some people pronounce it Gewürztraminer.
Yeah.
No, Gewürztraminer.
True.
Because it's Traminer.
But this is one of those ones where it's it just doesn't get the kind of love that Gewürztraminer gets. And even Gewürztraminer is actually
am
hard
I
to find on
remembering
shelves
correctly
sometimes.
that it was more susceptible to rot and things like that?
It is.
Which is why they encouraged
the mutation.
Yeah.
And yes, exactly. Yep.
But this, on the nose, folks, this is so gorgeous. And we are talking about an aromatic grape here. This is
very
highly aromatic.
Yes.
And the point of this is to be really intense on the nose. and the palate, but definitely the nose.
So don't be scared when you go to take a smell of this and you're like, oh my gosh.
But it's so pretty.
It is very pretty.
And the thing I love about these grapes is the spice level. And I mean, I see your pairing. It's spicy Thai green curry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we talk about Rieslings often pairing with Thai curry, but this is another aromatic grape that would absolutely work.
This is also one of those wines that I think gets misunderstood sometimes. You know, when we talk about food-driven wines, I think this is one of those wines that's in that food-driven arena where more people, I'm not saying everybody, because I too love wines as an everyday drinking wine that there are many people out there who would go, no, that is a food-driven wine for me. Like I could never drink that by itself, right? I think that about other wines too, like the people who can drink giant Napa cabs by themselves on a weeknight, right? Without any food.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I could never do that. It's too heavy, too rich, too full,
I mean, I know people that can, but
right?
Yeah.
But I think that is the kind of thinking we need to have when we look at wines like this that are a bit more unique for a lot of people because they're going to smell it, they're going to taste it, and they might go, oh no, I don't know if I could do this. But if you pair it with the right food, it changes everything because now the flavors and the textures and all of the components start to meld on your palate as one. And so, yeah, spicy green curry, absolutely. You could also do sushi with this.
Yes, absolutely.
And you could also do like some cheeses like gorgonzola.
Yes. I think I would want a bit. I would want more sweetness on the palate if I'm going to do gorgonzola.
Fair, okay.
Yeah. This, by the way, folks, this is dry. It smells like it will be sweet, and it is not. It is very fresh on the palate.
Yes.
But the smell is this kind of gorgeous. What is that floral? It's so clear, and I'm just blanking. It's not honeysuckle. It's
actually
like
a little
orange
like
blossom.
Orange blossom,
yeah.
maybe rose petal, maybe a touch of
There
that.
is actually, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's really interesting because also when you
It's
think
like
rose petal,
spicy
you
rose.
think
That's where the spice
think
is
like
also
red
coming
wine,
from.
you know?
Yeah. But that kind of that perfume that you sometimes smell people wearing that is like a spicy rose petal scent. Like that's kind of in there.
Absolutely gorgeous, honestly. This wine is really beautiful.
It's really lovely. Lychee, that's the contender.
Yep.
Which is very much a part of Traminer as well.
Yes. Yes.
And then this, the undercurrent of spice, which I will say is not really on the palate. It's much more fresh, much more kind of, not necessarily linear, but it feels linear after the nose, if that makes sense.
So I realized on the last wine I didn't say what the mood pairing was that's on our sheet for that one. So for anyone who wants to, going back to the last wine we did, the Lelièvre, that one is a Sunday afternoon picnic, which is perfect for that.
Lovely.
For this one, I just thought it would be funny because I do feel like it is kind of appropriate.
I get it.
It's a Wes Anderson film.
Yeah, I see it.
This wine pairs with a Wes Anderson film.
Something that's
this wine
like
is a Wes Anderson film.
florid on screen. Like it's so saturated colors and gorgeous things happening, but then actually it's very structural underneath.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. This is a Wes Anderson film in a glass. Again, something else that's not for everybody. But if you do it in the right context.
Yes. Yes.
I do love Wes Anderson films, actually.
Yeah. I really have dropped off on my Wes Anderson viewing. I haven't watched a lot of the latest ones.
There's one or two that I need to watch that I missed. So, yeah. But this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. This is absolutely fun. And if you are a Torrontés drinker, you will absolutely like this.
And boy, did we try a nice Torrontés.
We did. And if anyone's not aware of what Torrontés is, it's a native grape to Argentina, and it's, I think, the only native grape in Argentina they're actually working with.
I'm sure
there might be some others,
smaller
but it's the only one that's definitely coming to the U.S.
Yes, probably.
Everything else is European grapes that were
Yes.
imported or
Yeah.
exported to Argentina at one point in history.
From
Malbec
mainly
and
Bordeaux, yeah.
Chardonnay and Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, all European grapes.
Oh, it's lovely.
Lovely, right? Right?
And actually, I will say, on the palate, on the nose, totally worlds apart. On the palate, they're comparable. They're not the same by any stretch of the imagination, but
True.
they have that kind of clean thing that just carries through the palate.
Yes.
And the intensity of the fruit is quite similar. It's not the same fruit, but the intensity is similar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. The other thing too, just so everyone isn't surprised by this, it does have a slight oily
There
texture
is-
to it. Very slight. I think it's the viscosity of this particular wine, the
And
grape,
that is
what it does.
a known thing with Gewürztraminer as
But
well.
I think that's why it works with spicy.
But it's also, honestly, it's making my mouth feel like there were tannins involved at the end of it.
Yeah.
Which absolutely is not the case in this wine.
No,
But
there are no tannins.
it feels like
It's really
for something that is texturally a little more viscous,
yeah.
it's actually cleaning my mouth in a really interesting way.
It's really nice, honestly, in that respect. And it does have that kind of palate cleanser kind of thing going with it.
My mouth feels dry, which is just very strange. It's a strange feeling. I would not have paid attention to that had you not brought that to my attention.
This is so fun. All right.
All right. So the next one I have had,
Yes.
and I've obviously had Barolos and Barbarescos from this producer.
Yes, this is Franco Serra's Pinot Noir from Piedmont, Italy. So of the three wines we have, this is the one that is, yes, not a varietal that's a little less known, but definitely a varietal that most people don't think of at all when it comes
Coming
to Italy.
from this region. Yeah.
Or this region too, very
Yeah.
specifically, where we're talking, this is the heart of Nebbiolo,
This is Nebbiolo dominant town.
But Franco Serra is actually just the label name for this. It's actually produced by the Sperone family. And they are the ones...
Technically a cooperative?
It is not a cooperative.
Okay.
But the Sperone family, they're the ones who are actually behind Tenuta Nerano, if you know that
Do I know
particular winery.
N-A-I? Neirano?
Neirano.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so again, family producer, long history in this region, but also they're one of the few in this area that are actually working with Pinot Noir. Of course, in Italy, we call it Pinot Nero.
Noir, Nero. All the same word. For black. I find this maker... Okay, so I've now had... This is the third wine I had from them.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it interesting because they're all light.
Yes.
There's very little skin maceration going on with these wines. They're all exceptionally light, fresh, and vibrant on the palate, which is not necessarily something you'd say for Nebbiolo.
That's true.
Yeah, they can be light, but usually they absolutely pack a punch.
Yeah, and I think you...
And these guys are making just a lifted version where it doesn't have the same aromatic intensity in their Barolos. This is different because this is obviously Pinot Noir, but
Right. No, I think you hit the nail on the head there. This is a wine, or this is a producer that, because they're not skin contact is not being done to the degree that other producers
and I'm
in the area
assuming
might
they're
be
not
doing.
aging
And they're not
for
no.
as long as other producers are.
Yes,
They're
yeah.
doing the minimums, obviously.
Right.
But
they're not going the distance.
Yeah.
And I think that really all makes a big difference here. Nebbiolo without the tannin being as pronounced really produces a lighter style Nebbiolo, which for some people, that's exactly what they want.
Yeah.
But this is, I think, really great, especially when it comes to Pinot Noir, because some people really like heavier style Pinot Noirs, and some people like a lighter style of Pinot Noir that feels lighter on the palate, that doesn't pack as much of a punch when it comes to the tannic structure. And that's exactly what we're getting here.
And I think it's built into people's awareness of price as well.
Yes.
Like, if they're spending, let's say, 80 plus on a bottle of Pinot, they probably want something that packs a punch and that has depth and intensity.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're spending 20 to 40, not necessarily.
Fair. I would agree with that, honestly.
I think you want something that is approachable.
Yes. Yes. And just so we have a little bit of information on this producer as well, the family has been making wine in Piedmont, Italy, all the way back to the early 20th century. And the current winemakers are, now it's gone down to, it's still in the Sperone family, but it's Andrea and Francesca Sperone. Andrea,
probably.
It's Andrea. But yes, really, really like light style wines here.
I mean, after everything I've said, it still has tannin.
Yeah.
There is pronounced tannin
yeah.
here for a Pinot. So, yeah, I mean, it's delicious. It's a lighter, acid-driven Pinot, but the intensity of, again, I think I'm having a morning where spice is what I'm getting from everything.
Right.
I'm really getting spice from this.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I had a piece of toast with peanut butter. Yeah, I'm really, it's noticeable in this as well. But then you've got the earthy tones.
Right.
Maybe a little bit of rose petal.
Yeah.
More on the palate, actually.
I mean, it's absolutely beautiful for a Pinot Noir, you know. And the other thing too, and I got to commend them on this. This is not a crazy expensive Pinot Noir.
No.
Pinot Noir is very, very difficult to make for anyone who is not. Yeah, anyone who's not aware is a very fussy grape. There is actually there's a scene in the movie Sideways. Oh,
Sidecar.
Gosh. Look what I did. Oh no. They're going to be comments on that one in the.
But that comment literally changed the face of American wine.
Oh, it did. Oh, the Merlot comment. Yes. But what I'm talking about is there's a scene where he is talking to. I haven't seen this movie in forever. I think she's the bartender, or she's like the tasting room. I think she's the tasting room attendant.
And she's asking him why Pinot.
Right.
You talk about it all the time. Why?
And he has this like little monologue about Pinot Noir, and it is absolutely perfect because to this day it still is the best way to explain what's the deal with Pinot Noir, right?
With this grape.
Why everyone's fascinated with it.
Yeah.
And he goes on to say, and I'm just going to paraphrase it all, right? But like that this is a very fussy grape. It can only grow in these very specific corners of the world. It can't grow everywhere. People can, and there are people who try to force it to grow in certain places, and it doesn't work, right? And then they have to take extreme measures. This is where you get those wines that are like added color, added sugar, added other
acid.
Grape into it,
Yeah.
added acid, like additives, period, right? But if you go to these specific areas of the world where Pinot Noir can grow, and it can grow well, that's why you don't get Pinot Noir for $15 a bottle. That's just why you don't. Unless you go to an area where it can grow, but it's an area where
$15 bottles of Pinot Noir.
There are. But it's an area where the economics give the reason why it would be $15 a bottle. So great example would be like Chile. You know, the country of Chile, it can grow Pinot Noir. It cannot grow Pinot Noir the way that Oregon can, or Burgundy can, or Piedmont, Italy can, right? And so it will never command the price. But that's
Friuli is also producing quite a bit of Pinot Noir.
Exactly. Or Germany as well. Let's not forget Germany. Germany is actually making incredible Pinot Noirs right now. But that's the thing to note with Pinot Noir. And that's why to find a Pinot Noir that is in the $20 range
pretty fun.
that is coming from one of these areas where it can grow well, like really well. I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that. That's what we got right here. This is a Pinot Noir coming from an area where normally you would expect higher prices, especially considering the grape that is dominant here.
Ooh.
But now we get something that's really delicious, really clean, yummy, just great representation of this grape. Can grow here well, and we're not going to break the bank.
And just back on
really
the sideways thing.
Yes.
The other part of that movie literally changed the industry because he trashes Merlot, the grape Merlot, which was very extensively planted in California at the time. And almost overnight, the demand for Merlot
It just dropped.
and the
Yeah.
demand for Pinot Noir went through the roof. It's one of those rare examples of art.
Yeah.
It's art.
It is
You can
art.
call
No, movies-
sideways
movies are
art,
art.
I guess.
Movies are art. Yep.
Well, I'm just more talking about that particular movie,
Right.
Because it's more like a fun rom-com kind of thing, but it's just very, very based in the world of wine.
Right.
But yeah, it really changed the face of Californian wine production.
It did.
People ripped out their vines and planted Pinot everywhere
And, it's
in
really...
places that it probably shouldn't have been planted.
No, and we know this. Look, there are brands. There are grocery store brands
Yeah.
of Pinot Noir that do not drink like this, right? And that's why you will see, first of all, as wine professionals, right? As wine professionals, we have to be clear about one thing here. As wine professionals of a certain generation, actually, we should be clear about something because the older generation wine professionals have done a terrible job of this. Never, ever, ever are we going to shame you for drinking what you like. You should always drink what you like.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
That being said, Pinot Noir is a great example here because there is one brand of Pinot Noir that is not actually Pinot Noir. It's not actually what it is. And it explains why when somebody falls in love with that brand, I think you know where I'm going with this, right? It's a grocery store brand. Everybody knows this brand, right? Why when people fall in love with it, but then they have a real Pinot Noir. And when I say real Pinot Noir, yes, Pinot Noir is in the bottle, what you drank, but they have manipulated it so much.
That is the epitome of what a processed wine is.
It is. It is the textbook example.
Yeah.
And it starts with an M, and I'm not going to say it so we don't get sued or anything.
Nope.
But all I can say is it starts with an M. There's more than one Pinot Noir brand in the world that starts with an M that you'll find in grocery stores. So I know I'm safe
We're
here.
fine.
Yeah. But
Don't sue us.
if you know what it is, you know what it is, right? And it's California. The whole point is if you came into a restaurant, right, and I was your somm, right? I'm thinking back to my restaurant days. You came into a restaurant, I'm your somm. You asked me for something that drinks like it. I'm actually going to offer you different grape varietals.
Yeah.
I might offer you Zinfandel because it is closer to that
Yeah.
than it is to real Pinot Noir.
Or
And if I
a
gave you
ripe
real Pinot
Grenache,
Noir, right, or
yeah.
ripe Grenache, but like if I gave you real Pinot Noir, you would probably be like, this is not what I like. It's too light.
It's too acid driven.
Driven.
Too fresh.
You know, if it's a European, if it's like a Burgundy, it's too earthy. It's not even fruity enough for you, right? That's why that one particular Pinot brand is just, everyone who knows it should never think of it as really Pinot Noir. It's not actually a good example. But it is a great example as to why Pinot Noir only grows well in certain areas of the world, because where they are sourcing their Pinot Noir from are some of those places in California that did rip up that Merlot from sideways. And now Pinot Noir is dominant in places it shouldn't be, and so it doesn't grow well. And they don't have good juice to use.
And there are some absolutely gorgeous Merlots that have been replanted and are coming out of Sonoma and Napa now that are just beautiful. And
so sad. We could have had old vine Merlot.
We could have had old vine Merlot all this time.
A lot of it's gone.
It's
those vines were
just young,
destroyed in their youth.
And it'll get there. But
we've got a nice little sidebar here on this, you know. But I will say, if you like this Pinot Noir, or who would like this Pinot Noir, I should say, would definitely be Beaujolais drinkers. If you're a Beaujolais drinker, you're gonna like this. You know, it's not gonna drink exactly the same, but you're in the right world, I should say, is where you are. You know, light style, a little bit more acid driven.
But really punchy on the florals and the earth and the spice.
Yes.
So it's got good complexity to it.
And I think I put down, I did. I put down that this would be great with like an herb roasted salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something with a bit of oil.
Yes.
Because the tannins are there. They're not hugely powerful, but
I put this down because I wanted to make sure that everybody understood that like this is a wine that can pair with fish, because we don't talk about that enough, but red wines do pair with fish.
Light red wines.
And this is one of them.
Are gorgeous with fish.
All right. So, last wine that we have here now, this is wine number 4. We are in Portugal. We're in Barada, Portugal, is the region that we are in. And this is Casa de Saima Colheita Tinto. Now, this was really fun. I tasted this and was like, oh my gosh.
And it's just it's a fun grape blend.
Yeah, it really is.
It's not something you see every day. Go ahead.
So it's a blend of 2 grapes. One is native to Portugal. It's Braga. And the other one...
Braga. I've never quite known how to do the G's.
You know what? It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm a quarter Cape Verdean, which I know visually.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Visually,
Yeah.
I tell people that, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "You just need to see a family photo." I'm like one of the whitest people in my family photo, honestly. Like all my cousins, everybody. It's like, if you want to see like an old school photo, little Andrew, like, it's a very diverse photo. And of course, my great grandparents, when I was growing up, they taught me a little bit of Portuguese Creole, but I never quite learned.
Okay.
Yeah. It was, unfortunately. So my pronunciation is also not the greatest. But when I learn it, I actually do it sticks in my head for some reason. Probably one of those
you've heard it.
childhood things where I've heard the repetition of them speaking to each other in Portuguese,
Yeah.
So that being said, Braga is one of the grapes, but this is a even blend between Braga and Merlot, which we just talked about, right? This is also a wine, I should say, I brought home after tasting it, like the sample. And Terrence, my husband, was like, you need to have this at home all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which that tells me a lot too, because, if you're exploring wine, he's kind of like, he's a good barometer, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because he too also likes to try new things, right? And so this is a great way. Because of course, we know too much sometimes for
Yeah. I think that is damaging me hugely at the moment in the blind wine tasting, because my brain is just like going in all different directions and I can't focus at all.
So Casa de Saima is a historic estate. It's located in the heart of Barada, and it's actually been spearheaded by Graça Melo. I believe, if I understand correctly, unfortunately, she has passed away.
Oh, no.
I know, a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But I still included her on this as the winemaker, and the reason being is because this particular vintage, this bottle, the one that everyone's getting this month, this one is the last one that she had her hands in all the way through.
Okay.
Now I believe her son has taken up the mantle.
Okay.
But because this bottle particularly, she was involved with all the way through to its completion, that is why I included her on this, and her picture on the sheet as well. So it is always sad when we lose somebody in the winemaking community who is a rock star, and I would definitely say she's a rock star here. She is pioneering traditional winemaking methods, very traditional to Portugal, I should say, especially including like stomping on the grapes with your feet.
Yeah.
This is the thing that people love to think happens in wine. It really doesn't happen in wine as much as you think it does. We have moved very much away from that. But in Portugal,
it was such a significant part of the wine production, especially port production.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And a lot of there are still some port houses that still do this. And for her, she's not making port, but she was making incredible red wines where this was incorporated, where her and her team would stomp on the grapes.
Does this house make any kind of fortified?
I don't know. I didn't look that one up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I should have. It's
I
Portugal.
do wonder about other regions in Portugal, like whether they just, for funsies, make their own.
I think there are some producers who do. I know I've come across a couple, but I think because port is such a
dominant force. Yeah.
I don't think that
And
there
you can't
is
call it port if it's not from Porto.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I would be interested to see how much of the
I
market
think there are some
does
places that do it. I have run across them. I think for those who do it that are not from Porto,
Or
I think
Douro.
it's a little more like it's a localized thing, something they make for the local community, something that might have been there forever, right?
That makes sense.
But not something that gets exported, which is funny because it's the very thing that we always hear from people who have traveled to Portugal and come back and then walk into one of our shops and go, oh my gosh, do you have Portuguese wine? And they start mentioning things where it's just like, I love that you explored that and got to try it.
Yeah.
And I'm so sad to
Not
say
a
it
lot
doesn't
of
come
gets
here,
out here.
right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
Export markets.
But this is going to be a bit more body than the other wines we have here.
Definitely.
This is like medium to full bodied.
I would say firmly medium, but it's powerfully flavorful.
Yes.
So it really does pack a punch. But I do find it interesting when Portuguese producers are using like international grapes as well as their own indigenous, because Portugal is for the most part working with indigenous grapes.
Yes.
That's not to say that international aren't allowed, but
Right.
for the most part, there's a lot of pride in these international grapes. Sorry,
There is,
in the indigenous grapes.
I think it's,
So a 50-50 split is quite interesting.
I think it's cool though that they do use some international grapes, especially as a blending partner with
Yes.
this particular bottle.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing with that is Portugal is a region that has Portugal is a country, right? Where its wine regions are still steeped in history, just like Spain, just like France, just like Italy, right? But their recognition on the international stage is still up and coming,
Yes.
right? Which is weird to say because next door to them is a place that is not up and coming. Like Spain has never been on the level of France, but Rioja has been
But
here,
they all got affected by a very similar thing, which was, Spain was the Civil War.
Yes.
And that
With the
completely
dictatorship.
halted production and it ruined international reputation
It did.
for decades. But with Portugal, they were under the same demand. And I keep on referring to this because it keeps on coming up. The demand for fortifieds.
Yes.
And they were really dominated by that for so long.
It overshadowed everything else.
It overshadowed everything else. And no one wanted to export. Well, no, the demand wasn't there for still production
Yeah.
from Portugal. They just wanted port.
Right.
And now there has been so much going on for such a long time that we're only now finding out about, really, that is just suddenly becoming super interesting, especially the whites, like all these beautiful whites coming out of Portugal that
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, incredible.
a lot of
And-
people haven't tried yet.
Well, and also you talk about the whites, and it's like there's Vino Verde, right? A region that Americans are learning in phases, which is very fascinating to have watched over time here. Like first they discover Vino Verde, right? And they discover how crisp and like lemonade style
Just
like a wine it
easy.
is, right?
It's so easy and it's
Lip
light
smacking,
alcohol and
super yummy.
Yeah.
Great summer
Sometimes
wine.
effervescent. Yeah, just a perfect summer
That's your
wine.
porch wine. That's your Cambridge Porch Fest wine, okay? For everyone who's going to be there as that comes up,
Yeah.
there's your Cambridge Porch
mean,
Fest
they're-
wine. Grab a bottle of that,
Oh, it's the best.
crack that open,
Yeah.
pour it, listen to music, have
Yeah.
fun.
I
Little
agree.
shout out to
Fully
Cambridge,
agree.
like
Yeah.
Porch Fest.
Also,
Oh, or
Brookline.
is it Somerville?
There's so many.
Is it Somerville?
I think they all have one.
Oh,
Brookline has
it might
one.
be Somerville. Do they?
Yeah.
Gosh, lived here for I don't know how long now, and I'm still
I think probably
Getting everything
Somerville is
wrong.
the biggest one.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm
it?
not a local. I shouldn't be talking as if I know these
Well,
things.
I'm local in Massachusetts, but Boston has only been a decade now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you've got many years on me, so.
But now of course this is the thing. Like Vino Verde, it's like now people are starting to discover it's not one note. There are different styles of Vino
And
Verde.
there's some very, not necessarily premium, but premium for that region.
Exactly.
There is some really beautiful examples coming out.
It used to be that this was
Which-
like a $10 bottle, and now everyone's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I could spend
I could
$20
spend more money
and find
something really special. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's still, we're talking under $30 for an exceptional wine.
Right. Well, back to this one, though.
Yes. And Bairrada was one of the regions that got deeply affected by the demand for specific styles.
Right.
And also it just kind of got lumped into the many bulk producing regions that wasn't Douro or...
Yes.
Yeah, so I think they're really coming into they're into their own at this point, but we're finding out about them in a way that is really significant.
It's absolutely delicious. I mean, it's got beautiful tannins, great acidity, great body to it. It does have wonderful
the Merlot
fruit.
spice is haunting me now
It's there, right?
because now I'm like having flashbacks to the blind tasting.
Also,
where
a
I got
little
nothing.
bit of this like pine kind of.
Yeah, there is something there.
And I think that comes from the Braga.
I mean, Braga is one of those like really powerful red grapes, right? It's got a lot of thick skin.
It's
and-
got a lot of. I think it does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if I've ever had a 100% version of that.
I have once, long ago,
I feel like I have too, and it was epic.
and it was incredible. But it was one of those wines where the first thought in my head was,
I
if
need
I don't have
food.
food with
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
not going to be able
happening.
to drink a glass. Yeah.
But if I have food with this, I can see how this is going to be gorgeous.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
And that kind of lifted acid
Yeah.
is just really lightening the whole palate. It's a big wine, but
It
it
is.
feels
Well, I
even.
would say because of the body of the wine, the texture, the flavors you get, the aromas, I would personally say if you're a Chianti drinker, you're probably going to like this. Not as high tannins. I think this is still a little
and
bit
a bit more body.
a bit
generally.
more body.
Yeah.
But I still think this is in that world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see that.
You know what this would be great with grilled lamb chops.
Yummy.
That would
Yep.
be really good with this. However, a mood pairing, I'm going to let you say this one
Oh,
with your
gosh.
music background.
So I out of nowhere, I just came up with Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto No. 3. Mainly because it's very powerful, but it's very beautiful. And I mean, yeah,
That's haunting.
it's a great piano
In a
concerto.
good way, in
Everyone
a good
loves
way.
number 2. I am such a staunch 3 lover. I think it's not necessarily better. It's just the one that I connected to at a young age. I was a weird child. Anyway,
Weren't we
listen
all?
to it. It's fun.
Yeah, this is a absolutely beautiful wine. And, oh gosh, I definitely want food with this. Definitely.
But I'm drinking.
But you can have it on its own. It's
I
nice.
tipped the other 3 out, but I'm almost done with this one.
This is beautiful.
Not to say the other 3 are any less. But
No.
I just was pacing myself, and now I'm accidentally drinking the entire glass.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's just the start of the workday.
It's only 10 o'clock.
Oops.
Whoopsies.
It's
Oh,
okay.
well.
Don't worry. We're not drinking after this. This is
No.
it. So, these have been really fantastic. These have been great.
Yeah, this is such a great lineup. And so exploratory and interesting regions. Love it.
Yeah. And I think this is a great way to start like really discovering that there's more to wine than just the noble grapes that everybody knows.
Yeah.
And for just a reminder for anyone who doesn't know what noble grape is, it's the big grapes. You know, it's Pinot Noir, it's Cabernet Sauvignon, it's Sauvignon Blanc, it's Chardonnay, it's it's
Riesling.
those guys exactly.
All the big ones. Yeah.
Whereas here we're not talking about, well, Pinot Noir was in it, but
It was.
Pinot Noir from a place you just
From a
don't expect.
Different region.
Yes. Yes. Well, this
Well,
has been
this has been Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been great.
It's been great. It's been wonderful.
I've learned lots.
These wines have been beautiful, and I'm so excited for everyone who's in the wine club to get these for April. If you're not in the wine club, definitely sign up. It is $99 a month, 4 bottles. You'll get
Bargain.
this beautiful sheet with all the information on all these producers, and it's we are talking like Greater Boston, Massachusetts. Our delivery is a bit limited at the moment. We have range, but not that much range. So if you are in Greater Boston, take a look, sign up. If you do
Absolutely.
sign up now, here in April, you will be prepaying, so it will be for May. That is something I want to make sure everyone knows. It's very important to know that. So you won't get charged on May 1st, but you will get charged on June 1st because you would have already paid for May. So I like to make sure people know that. What you're seeing here, if you're not part of the wine club, unfortunately, it's already gone. It's already been sent out to everybody
There
else.
will be many more.
There will be
And
many
they will
more.
all be amazing.
Yes. All right. So wonderful. Till next time.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Ciao.